Okay, so today we're going to be playing with the Danessa Myricks. What is this one? Lightworks Volume 3, the Experience palette. And we're going to create a look focusing on this. So here's a look at it. Ooh, so pretty. I'm going to put some B-roll up of it because it's just a gorgeous, gorgeous palette. So many different textures and dual chromes, and there's a lot happening within these 8 shades. So let's go over some of the claims real quick and call outs of the palette. The Lightworks 3 retails for $85, which is a lot for, how many shades was this? 8 shades, but they are really unique formulas. Dual chromes tend to be really expensive, especially those really fun, cool looking ones. They're not cheap. Okay, so you have 4 unique formulas within this palette: dual chrome gels, multi-chrome pigments, holographic powders, and powder creams. See, there's quite a variety of textures and formulas within. Alright, let's talk about the shades here. Since there's only 8 of them, we can really kind of focus on those. First shade is Polaris. It is an opalescent yellow to seafoam green dual chrome gel. Galaxy is a multi-chrome pigment with smoky teal green and violet shift. Martian, which is a multi-chrome pigment with icy blue to green, lilac, and plum brown shift. Soul is a gilded khaki gold powder cream. Strawberry Moon, pink to lilac holographic powder. Aurora, multi-chrome pigments with electric plum fuchsia and olive shift. Gaia, multi-chrome pigment with copper bronze and emerald shift. Solar Rain, multi-chrome pigment with pearl peach, key lime, and platinum shift. They are pretty complex shades. Like, these are not your average dual chromes you come across. Like, I'm not the most versed in the dual chrome, multi-chrome world. I've used a handful of them. These, you just can't quit staring at them, and every time you move the palette or shift anything, and even on the face or in the swatch, oh, they are so complex and so cool. So I think it can create a little bit of a confusion on what to pair with them, because the colors change, and they don't change in a way that they can almost change into like a competing color at times. So it's, I think, a little bit of a challenge sometimes to think what could go with this. That's where I do believe the Groundwork palette comes in really well, because it's such a nice palette full of neutrals that this is truly the groundwork for all Danessa's really fun multi-chrome products. And I feel like the shades in here are going to work with any of the shades in this, and they're going to pair together and work just fine, because there's something really cool about Groundwork where the shades just work. They just do. It's a really interesting palette in that respect, and I think you could probably grab any of these multi-chromes and pair it with pretty much any of the shades in Groundwork and have a look. So yeah, I'm going to start out by building a look, or building up the groundwork of the look with the Groundwork palette, because I feel like they're complementary to each other. And I do believe there are multiple editions, obviously, since this is Lightworks 3, of the Lightworks palettes. I know there's the bigger one that came out for holiday this year that is huge and has so much going on in it that it's almost overwhelming. So I kind of like the idea of this bite size, a little bit smaller, of just like some select duochromes. But yeah, let's just go ahead and just start a little look with the Groundwork palette, just to kind of ease into things. I'm going to start with a shade called Chiseled, and I'm going to do cream powder, build up from there. And I'm going to start with the cream and Chiseled, or the cream version of Chiseled, and just start to kind of just build up I don't want to spend too much time on talking about Groundwork because I did a whole video focused on it, but I think it's important to include this because it is tying into those duochromes and creating the look around it. And my eyes are primed already, and brows are on. I'm going to take some Sculpted. I'm thinking of leaning into the fiery tones. So I'm going to kind of veer towards the warmer shades within Groundwork. Just want to get some nice depth going here. But I'm definitely thinking of using the shade Gaia, maybe Solar Rain, and a touch of Polaris. I want to stick into these warmer shades with a little bit more of a warm shift, and kind of going into those and this one. But I will be doing a look in a short form using the other shades. Since we're going to lean into these warmer tones, I'm going to take the shade Harvest from Groundwork and just warm up the socket line a little bit. And the shades in Groundwork, or in the Lightworks 3 do seem to be quite opaque. Like you don't really need a base for them or anything. In swatch anyway, they seem like they are pretty fully there. Not skipping on the pigmentation. They're not like topper shades. All right, now I go into the powder of Harvest, the powder version of Harvest. Build a little bit of that here. And realistically, you could have just gone straight in with Harvest. You didn't have to build anything beyond that if you want to go with the warmer tones. You don't have to be as complicated as me. I just like blending eyeshadow and layering stuff up because to me that's fun. I like to paint. I don't know the fallout situation of Lightworks, so we're doing eyes first also. So this is like really a first impression. I put it on my eyes. I've just swatched and looked at it a lot and stared at it. So yeah, but I can tell you from using Groundwork a little bit more, it is a dang good palette. It is so versatile. I'm going to soften up those edges with a little bit of the powder version of Sandstone. Just so there's a nice flow, a nice blend, which these shadows really do just blend themselves. They're so incredibly easy to work with. We may jump back to Groundwork for the black shade if I want to use that. I might throw some of that in there. Let's just take a touch of the Core, shade called Core. I'm just going to run a little bit of that. Just a touch right there. Okay. And yeah, we may come back and tweak some things with Groundwork, but let's go ahead and get into the star of the show here, which is Lightworks 3. I'm going to take more of a flat style brush because I feel like that will be a good starting point. And we'll go in with, I think, Gaia first. Gaia is described as the multi-chrome pigment with copper, bronze to emerald shift. And I mean, it's such a vibrant emerald that it shifts to. These aren't subtle shifts. It really goes from like a fiery bronze to just a super vibrant green that these are not gonna do it justice on camera. Hopefully it does. But I'm gonna take some of Gaia on a flat. And Gaia has a very smooth, just creamy feel to it. It feels so good. Like, hopefully we can capture some of that shift there. Look at that. It is just stunning. There you can see the green, I think. Yeah, it's just a multi-chrome pigment is what it's described as, but it feels like silk. It is such a beautiful texture. Just so smooth. There's no chunkiness to it. It feels like a cream. So yeah, I'm gonna take a little bit of that on this brush. And I'm gonna just go across the lid here. Oh wow. Oh wow. Look at that. Oh my goodness. That shift is insane. Whoa, that's beautiful. Oh, I love that bronze flash in there. This is such a beautiful pairing. Oh my goodness. So yeah, I'm just gonna take that across the mobile lid up to the socket. That was like one dip. Can you see that shift? Oh, I hope it shows on camera, because that is amazing. See, I'm not super well versed with dual chromes and multi-chromes, so this is very exciting to me. Like, I mean, I got a couple, in various palettes or whatever, but nothing that is like this. Wow, that is so cool. What a pleasure just to paint on. It just paints right on. And just looks blended. Oof, 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 oof. Very nice. All right, I'm going to take a little bit of Solar Rain, which is the multi-chrome pigment with Pearl Peach, Key Lime, and Platinum shift. I think we'll put that towards this inner corner. Wow. Wow. That peach. Oh, that is like on fire. Holy cow. Wow. Is this real life? That is magical. And what a beautiful pairing with Gaia. Those were meant for each other. And again, this one has that same kind of smooth, creamy feel. You can see that on my hand there. That is Gaia. That just looks like it's on fire on the eyes. I'm just letting that kind of graze over. And just such a small amount of product too. I'm gonna take a touch of Polaris just because it looks so fun. It is the gel formula. It is opalescent yellow with seafoam green shift. And just a kiss of that on the innermost part. A unique formula. I mean, it looks like it is just glowing. I'm obsessed with the Solar Rain color. I just can't get over it. Okay. I don't think the eyes really need anything else. That is just beautiful. Like I want to use the shade Soul somewhere, but I think maybe we'll put a little bit of that under here. Jump over back to Groundwork real quick and just build up a little intensity. I'm going to take a little liner brush and take some of the shade called Tourmaline, some of the cream, and just do a little liner. And we'll take some of the powder of Tourmaline, just to set that over. And take a little bit more Harvest, the powder, just right out here. And just a touch more Tourmaline. Yeah, that blending into the black is really pretty. All right, I'm gonna tidy up these edges. I just have the teensiest bit of fallout here, just on the black. I just got a little bit of face primer on a Q-tip. Yeah, the fallout really is just from the black eyeshadow. And it's not bad if I was being a little more careful. Okay, now I'm gonna finish up the rest of the face. I'll be back for lower lash line and a few finishing touches because oof, and some thoughts. Okay, just finish up the face makeup. Everything will be listed in link below, but for blush I used e.l.f. Tahini and topped it with a little bit of MAC Warm Soul. Contour and highlight are both from e.l.f. They're the Halo Glow Beauty Wands. Always On foundation from Smashbox. And number 7 concealer. Fit Me Loose setting powder. Okay. Let's get to the rest of the eyes. I'm gonna jump back over to the Groundwork palette. Man, I'm just obsessed with this eyeshadow though. Wow. Wow. Holy cow. All right, I'm gonna take a little bit of Harvest. We'll take some of the cream first. I'm just gonna put a little bit of that underneath. And let it join up to the upper eyeshadow. Get that nice swoopy shape I like. Set it with a bit of the powder. And I'll take just a touch of Tourmaline. I'm just gonna put a little bit of that right here. Just where it meets up. Cool. Alright, I'm gonna grab my big blending brush and I'm gonna take a little bit of Mirage. Actually, yeah, let's take a little bit of Desert. And I'm just gonna run a little bit of that like right here. Just to make sure everything's looking blended. Okay, and now we'll jump over to Lightworks 3. And I'm gonna grab a little bit more Polaris. And I found you can like work this one kind of into the brush a little bit and it goes on really well. And I'm gonna just run it right here. Just on that inner part. And we'll take a little bit of Soul, which is the khaki shade right here. It's the only one that's really not like a dual chrome so much. It's just a beautiful metallic. I'm going to pat a little bit of that just right on the lower lash line. Just right. Connect the tear duct coming in. Nice. That's pretty. That is pretty. And you know what? I think that's it. This is stunning. This is gorgeous. I can't stop staring, especially at Solar Rain. Ooh, that shade. Like, can I just get that in a single? That's amazing. And it paired with Gaia, match made in heaven. Like, those two shades need to be sold in a duo together, just as a little one-off thing. Because then she has like some little mini sets sometimes. Like, I think she has like some of the loose flaky ones with like a color fix. If she just did a duo of those two shades, it would be amazing. Let's finish it off with a little mascara. I'm gonna use Benefit FanFest. Okay, and now for lips, I'm gonna line them lightly with the Vive lip liner in Bark. Okay, and I'm gonna top that with just a beautiful gloss from Milani. This is one of their Fruit Fetish lip oils, and this is in Cocoa Cacao. This shade is gorgeous. I think it's like one of the deepest ones in the range. But it's very sheer and it's so pretty. These were on like in-cap new makeup at Walgreens, and I saw the color and I was like, ooh, 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 I'm gonna need that. And they've got this beautiful big doe foot, and they feel, this is one of the nicest lip glosses I've used in a long time. It just feels like heaven on the lips. Okay, and this is the look all done. Oh, okay. This palette is so much fun. This would be a good starter palette, like to get your first taste of dual chromes, because it has such a nice variety of shades in here, and formulas, textures, finishes. It's a lot of fun to play with and really does just bring out the creativity. And you don't have to go in like a million colors. You can just use like one or two and have such an impactful look because they're so shifty and fun. This is a really nice way to bring some dual chromes into your makeup collection if you don't have any, and just have a nice go-to palette for when you want some fun colors and fun multi-chromes. This is great. I mean, it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. It looks beautiful. It is so smooth. There's no chunkiness. There's no weirdness that I think sometimes dual chromes can have. They can be rather flaky and chunky. No, these are like butter. Absolutely like butter. And yeah, a very, very luxurious formula. Like, I see why this palette is $86. Like, because they perform like $86. And I just think they are breathtaking. Absolutely breathtaking. And pairing it up with the Groundwork palette, I don't think you can't go wrong. You cannot go wrong. These match made in heaven. Yeah, and she's got the giant, much larger Lightworks palette out now, and I do believe there's probably some other editions of this. This one is available on Beautylish. I will have that link below, as well as Groundwork and my video testing out Groundwork on its own. If you're a dual chrome fan, or if you're just wanting to have some in your collection, kind of start playing with them, great place to start right here. And just stunning, absolutely stunning. And yeah, I don't think you'll be disappointed, because I'm not. I think it looks absolutely amazing. So yeah, I think that is all for today. Thank you for hanging out with me and just playing with the palette and testing it out, seeing what it does, and oh my goodness, being absolutely amazed with it. So yeah, all right, I will see you guys in the next one. Stay safe and stay spooky. Bye now.